Hello and welcome to another episode of Sexuality 101. I am Candace Blair Isaacs of CBI Coaching. Well, if you have not subscribed to my channel, go ahead and subscribe now and hit the bell to get notifications when I post a new video. Well, I am still talking about building, increasing, cultivating intimacy in your marriage. And one key ingredient in being able to do that is your level of comfort with each other. It is hard to be comfortable in the presence of your spouse if you're being harsh with one another. If you're not being respected, it's hard to be comfortable in your own skin. Okay, so I think about Proverbs chapter 15, verse number 1. And it says, "A soft answer turns away wrath, but a harsh word stirs up anger." So if you're being gentle and soft in your tone, if you're listening with active ears and not being harsh and short, and then you can cultivate being comfortable in each other's presence, and you're also comfortable in your own skin. Okay? Now, the following things, and I have 4 things for you today, must be established in order to increase and or build intimacy in your marriage. So number 1, safety. You have to feel safe. You have to feel safe in your environment with your spouse. So you must know that your spouse has your best interest in mind. You have to know that your spouse will be able to identify. So your spouse is listening with active ears. They're thinking about you first. So have to be able to identify, be able to relate, be relatable, be able to rejoice with you, and be able to cheer you on, be able to be excited along with you. Developing a level of comfort. You feel safe in the environment. Number 2, trust. You have to be able to trust your spouse. You have to be able to trust your spouse with your heart, with the deep things of your heart in order to be able to share and to be able to be comfortable, be able to be completely emotional with your spouse, be able to, as I call it, get completely naked in your thoughts. And I have a passage of scripture I want to read concerning that, and it's from 1 Peter chapter 4, verses 8 and 9. It says, "And above all things have fervent," meaning a constant, "love for one another, for love will cover a multitude of sins." So no matter what you want to share with your spouse, have a continuous love for each other, because we all have sinned and come short of God's glory. But your spouse can give that continuous love, making you comfortable. And verse 9 says, "Be hospitable and be warm and be gentle with one another." So be hospitable to one another without grumbling, without complaining, having your active ears on, being able to celebrate with them and rejoice with them, and be able to have that empathy and sympathy as needed as well. And then number 3 is encouragement. When you support and be there and be available for your spouse, being your spouse's biggest cheerleader, then you're going to be very comfortable with your spouse. You're going to be able to cultivate and build that intimacy. Okay? And then unconditional love. Number 4, being faithful, being committed, having that agape love, that God kind of love. Okay? This is not that sappy infatuation phase. And some people call that love, but a lot of times that is just a phase that you're going through. But then when you have that agape love, you are faithful, you're committed. Come hell or high water, you are there. So therefore your spouse is able to be comfortable with you. You're able to cultivate intimacy in your marriage. So when those 4 points that I just mentioned are established, you can increase all levels of intimacy in your marriage. And watch how your intimacy will grow from emotional to being connected emotionally, being connected physically, being connected spiritually, being connected intellectually. Okay? Give it a try. Be gentle in your tone. Make your spouse feel comfortable. Okay? I am Candace with CBI Coaching. You will see my information in the description below. How can I help you? Remember, let everything that you do be done with love. Until next time. Bye-bye.